I'd like to ask you to come back to 2023 when your sister was captive as hostage. First of all, how was she discovered that she was under the power of Hamas?
So for us, the day started at 6:30 in the morning when we heard the alarm and bombs attacks, and we were running to the security room. I had this shivering sensation rushing in my body because it was very strange. Why now? And when I came down to the reception, I went down, and my father is working there. I met this broken, pale, shivering man, and he was screaming that Moran is being under gunshot, and there are bombs everywhere, and Israel is in danger. So, first thing, you drop breathing, you stop breathing, your body is completely numb, your heart is beating, but there is this frozen sensation all over, and you don't understand what is reality. I was very afraid, so I ran to the synagogue to grab my boy because I thought there are terrorists everywhere, and it was very chaotic. When I came back to meet my father at the reception, we tried to call everybody, the police, the military, important people that might help. We called Moran non-stop, but unfortunately she had no battery and her phone was switched off. We didn't even know she went to the party because, she's 40 years old and she's independent. So we didn't know what is happening and that there is a huge massacre going on. And that at the time she was running from place to place, hiding from the Hamas. The coming hours were horrific and terrible. We got like phone calls from Arab people laughing at us and hanging the phone. Then we start getting SMSs that they tell us that we will burn your kids alive, we are going to conquer Israel, and that you are pigs and that you are animals, and very nasty things. And it was really terrible. Even some people thought it's a joke, to play with our mind. And they wrote to my father, we have your children. How much you pay? How much do you want to pay? And they start like a negotiation. And, for us, every minute it was like hell breaking loose. To cut short the story, because every minute is a million of hours of minutes and you feel like lifetime. But in the evening, the list started to come, and then I had to go through thousands of names searching for my sister's name. And when I saw Moran Yanai on one list, my heart was broken completely. It's like I cannot even explain to someone that will never experience that. She was bouncing from list to list, from the missing in action to the one that were murdered and to the one that were kidnapped, and it was completely chaos. So we published her photos everywhere in social media, asking from people, please, if you have any idea, if you saw this woman, please help us. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I had to go through Telegram all night, and I saw horrific things that one should never see in his life, and it will scar me forever. Unfortunately, I saw people being murdered, being burned alive. I saw little children. I see elderly. Unfortunately, I saw people being raped and much more severe things. If you see the atrocity film, so it was all over, and Hamas was publishing non-stop this terrible, cruelty. In the morning, we had to go to the police to report, and there were thousands of families screaming, crying, trying to push themselves in the line. And then in a strange way, when we entered the office, we got a TikTok clip, which was broadcast to the world before we knew. And we saw my sister. She was lying on the ground, holding her hands and praying with two nasty Palestinian civilians above her, saying that they got the Jewish dog. Yes. And they emphasized the Jewish dog, and that they're going to decide what to do with her. And he was filming around, and it was completely like bird singing, very silent, like nothing. And I saw her eyes, and they were in so much despair. And just before the film finished, I saw that she's coming up, and what we know, that she was so brave at that moment, and she had an Arab necklace with her name Stella. She's telling that all over, so I can say it. And she was much bravely negotiating with them, telling them that she's an Arab. Please, I'm a woman, and she negotiated her way, and they released her. But very shortly after, a massive of 13 Arab Palestinians were chasing her. She broke her leg in the first time, so she had kind of no choice, and then she was dragged brutally to Gaza. They brought her in a car, and she was almost lynched by the crowd. So there are no such thing that no one is involved. It's a full-on generation from younger to elderly. She saw a kid in front of her dancing, and she saw mothers happy clapping. She saw the elderly doing the kululululu festive sounds, and it was like pure evilness celebrating the trophy, the flesh and blood trophy that they just brought to Gaza. A beautiful, beautiful woman, my sister.
Yes.
So, that's how I come.